So here's one of my first favorite tools. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I am ready for this video because my garage is trashed right now. It is so dirty. I have been working really hard on getting a bunch of orders out for my business, and when I'm working, I'm just kind of throwing things everywhere, and so this has kind of resulted in a hectic situation. So we're going to do a clean with me garage edition, and I'm going to also show you guys 10 tools that I love to use when I'm working and that make my job way easier. I am really excited for this because this is going to be a two-part series. So first we're going to clean the garage and then we're going to make it over. I am ready to make this space over because right now it's just a space with things in it, and I'd love to have something a little more cohesive and really helpful for me to organize things. So why don't we just get started?
Ryan Little.
Is that camera still on?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I don't think she really wants a picture of me.
Good morning. It is about 7:45. I just woke up like 5 minutes ago and slept maybe 4 hours, but I'm ready to take on the rest of this garage because I want to get it done before 10 a.m. and I've got a few hours left. So we're gonna go get started, and I'm gonna take you through some of the tools that I love because they are lifesavers most of the time. So it got really dark last night and I didn't get a chance to film this, but I fixed all of this section right here. So I did boards, paint, this little workshop area, and that table over there. But also the big change is I did all of this. And now it's down to about half of the items that were in here before. The rest of everything is in here. So here's one of my first favorite tools. It is called a drill block. It's super helpful because it's got all of these holes right here and they're labeled by size. So whenever I need to drill a straight hole, i.e. doing anything with my dog bowl stands or doing anything where I'm trying to do dowel joinery, I usually use this so that I can get a perfect straight line, because if not, I'm very terrible at finding that straight. So I really find that this is helpful. This one's by Miles Craft. So here is a solid tool I love because it made my life way easier after I purchased this. It is a glue bot. It's got some fancy lettering. And sorry, my bottle is disgusting. It comes with a cap. I lost my cap. The cap's supposed to go here. I lost my cap. That's how irresponsible I am. But you're able to choose how big of a hole you want, and you're able to open this up. I can't open mine because I'm just a dirty mess that leaves glue on the edges, so I'll have to pry that off when I'm ready. And it is just a solid product because it's just pour and go, versus the squeeze bottles where I have to like really put some muscle into it while I'm trying to like work on some big projects, and it's just super inconvenient. So I highly recommend this. So here is one of my other favorite tools. It is a router. This is more of a palm router, so you can hold it like this and do all of your work. I really like this one because it's really easy to use, but also it's very versatile. So currently right now I have this router bit. Let's see if you can see it. It's got this little knob at the end right here. And that is really helpful when I'm trying to do cleanup for my dog bowl stands, because I can put that little knob, and I believe it's called a flush mount, where I'm able to run it against a clean surface that I really want the rest of the bowl to shape to, and based on that shape, I'll cut out the rest. So here I have two of my routers, and one of the things that I used to use, I continue to this day use very, very often for, are the dog bowl stands, and a part of that is making perfect circles. So what I did was built a jig, because what do you do when you have to do repeat things? You have to make a jig. So I have here this piece of board, and it's screwed in through these holes, 4 holes. There's a nail right here for the center, and that goes in the piece that I'm trying to make. And then I have my blade, or my router bit. And so the movement is that I put this in my piece, and then I make this as flush as possible to start it off. Like very, 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 very small cut that I make in the beginning, so I can kind of score my piece and make sure that I like where it's going. But I have done this like over 100 times now. It goes exactly where I want it to go, so I'll stick it in there and I'll run it in a circular motion, and it won't let me go anywhere outside of that circular motion. So it creates a perfect circle. I do that about 8 more times with small incremental heightening of my blade, and then I've cut through my dog bowl stand. I also have one for this small palm router, and here it is. Here's kind of a closer look at what this is. There you go. So it's got a hole, 4 holes for the screws, and then holes for the nails, and you can adjust that by the height, the amount of space you want to cut out. You can adjust it by putting the screw further away from the blade or closer to the blade. So with my router, I have a lot of specific tracks I want to take with my router, and trying to freehand that is not necessarily the best idea. It's kind of like MS Paint, where you're just like trying to draw a circle and it's not perfect. So I build these little jigs, and so this is this one right here. It is a jig for a docking station. I have made it so I can take this off to make a bigger hole, and I can take this off to make a bigger hole. I can remove these nails right here to make a bigger space for my router. It kind of goes like this. I don't have the right bit in there right now, but the kind of motion that I'd be making is that. So I have exactly a lot of fences to do exactly the movement I want to make, and I won't go outside of those lines, which is really nice for my docking station because I have a specific notch that I make for that product, and if I don't get it right, it doesn't look good. I'm really sweating out here. It's really hot. Here is my next favorite tool. It is my sander, and no arsenal of tools is complete without a sander. It is an orbital sander, so it is circular. I had a palm sander. I think I still even have the palm sander, but I hate it now that I've used this because my palm sander kind of made marks. It was just really inefficient. And it took a very long time to sand anything. With this, it's pretty powerful. It's got levels, so it can go 1 through 6 in power. The circular motion prevents really any big scratches. And it's a Velcro pad, so you can take this off and stick on whatever piece you want. And it's pretty quick instead of the palm sander where you have to like mess with these little metal things that don't really keep the sandpaper on. So I really like this tool for all my sanding projects. It's pretty easy to get into crevices, and if I have to get into smaller crevices, I'll just kind of take these off after they're kind of worn as far as the Velcro part, and just use the sanding part. So I don't need to throw that. And I'll just kind of sand that way. So this is one of my most favorite tools because I use it for every single project, because you can't like have a project without sanding really. So this big boy is a new purchase that I made, and it's not my favorite yet, but it has the potential to be one of my favorites. It is a planer, a thickness planer. And it's super helpful for me when I'm doing cutting boards, dog bowl stands, all kinds of flat surfaces that I want to do planing really fast instead of sanding it all, which isn't even. But yeah, it's given me a little troubles with the alignment, but I really enjoy this one. So once I get the alignment set, I think this will be one of my favorite tools. So this isn't a tool, but this is a necessary item for my shop. It is a Bluetooth speaker. It's actually pretty loud. I really love this one. Armando spent a lot of time researching what speakers we could put in here because all of the dust would destroy some of the choices that we had thought would work. So we found this one, and it's holding up pretty well. It's kind of got this like this meshy like material, and it's a little dusty, but it's worked so far, and it's Bluetooth enabled, pretty large. Okay, if you are like me and my shop you're gonna need one of these. It is a electrical outlet port. This one's a rigid version, but it basically has these 6 little ports that you can, but basically there's these little ports everywhere and one plug-in that you can use to kind of act like an extension cord. Okay, so these might not be the sexiest of items, but they are super important for a woodworking shop, and that is masks. Well, I've got my 3M mask here, and this is what I use when I'm doing a lot of table cutting, when I'm doing some heavy duty, dirty work. I like to use this one, and it smells, I know that sounds weird, but like it smells like a neutral space. And I like that because most of the time it smells like burning wood or really, really dusty air. Sometimes it's a little bit too much for my projects. So when it is, I really like to use this mask. So this one is from, let's see if it'll zoom in. This one is labeled with my logo for my business. And it is from Luna Rose Boutique that I found, and they're amazing. So I'm gonna put their handle right here on the screen, so you guys can go follow them. And you can order masks right now. She's taking orders and she's personalizing them, and they're super comfortable, thick, so that you're not actually breathing out the germs. Also for woodworking, I don't get any of the particles into my mouth. Okay guys, and that is it. Everything is clean and put away, and it feels really good to have a clean garage again, a workable garage. Everything is going to be renovated in the next week, so I can't wait to do that. And make sure you watch for the part 2 video so you can see that. But for now we're done, and I'd love to say thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and go ahead and subscribe so you can see part 2. I'm gonna go take a shower because now I need to be cleaned. See you later.